Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morrisman, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Today I'm going to do another video per request because I've been getting a lot of these requests as far as do some more videos when you talk about the music industry since you've been a part of it for so long, and the things that most people don't know about the music industry that they should know, especially if they're trying to enter into this industry. So I'm going to do that. From time to time, I'm going to do more of these videos where I educate. And these videos are strictly to educate. They're not to bash the artist or be negative. I'm just stating fact, whether it's taken negative or not. I'm just stating fact. And this video is going to be entitled Prince the Man. And my most viewed video was Prince Analysis. And I thank you guys for viewing that video. And in that video, I discussed about as far as his playing style. So in this video, I'm going to kind of talk about the man. And again, this is not to be taken negative, not trying to bash Prince, because I'm just not trying to do that, but I'm just stating fact. But unfortunately, sometimes when you state fact, you shadow people's illusion of the fantasy that they were sold, the marketing. So even when you give them fact, they still dismiss it because they want to continuously believe what they believe, even though it's not true. So what I'm going to do in this short video is I'm going to try to condense it where I'm going to be bouncing back and forth throughout his career, the beginning, the middle, the present, back and forth. So it starts like this. When Prince started to have issues with his record company, Warner Brothers, and he was about to leave them, I think one of the very last albums he did with them, and I forgot the name of it, but I remember on the side of his face, he wrote the word slave. Now, the question that I ask you viewers out there, how many millionaire slaves do you know? So it's kind of ridiculous because there's some people just become tyrants. They used to getting what they want, doing what they want to do, even if it affects other people in a very adverse way. It doesn't matter to them because it's about them. And here's some facts. And a lot of people don't realize this. When Prince got his record deal in the 70s with Warner Brothers, he was about 17 years old. He started working on his album at age 18. And Prince was given a luxury at that point that most artists wasn't given. Prince was able to produce his first album at 18, which was unheard of back then. Even still to this day, a lot of people are not allowed to produce their first debut album. So, you look back on these things that Prince was given and you say to yourself, well, why is he still bitching? Why is he not happy? And it's like people get to the point where they used to get what they want, getting what they getting, and they're not settling for less. And that's kind of the situation with him because I followed Prince's career from the beginning up until, well, actually, I don't follow him anymore after this whole YouTube thing because I think I mentioned that. And I need to mention this to some people because they don't know. If you're thinking about trying to do some Prince covers or songs that he's written, don't go there because he has hired people, literally hired people, attorneys to go after you. You post a song, you're not making any money off these videos, you're not bootlegging his stuff, and he's paid people to come after you because when I didn't know what I know now, when I posted a couple of Prince videos, I got an email from an attorney, saying cease and, stop and cease. And, they put a strike against my account, and I'm like, I didn't know this. It's unfortunate that you're not given awareness of this before you do it because if we knew, we wouldn't do it. And Prince is really one of the only few people that won't let you do his music, and that's fine. I don't have a beef with that, but I look at it this way: I paid my money to buy your product, and I can't use it, and I'm not using it in the manner of trying to make money. Because that'd be different if I'm taking money out of your money. But that's who he is, and it's a shame because the money that he has paid these attorneys to go after you could take that same money and give it a homeless shelter or homeless people shelters, battered women shelters. That money could be put to better use as opposed to I'm coming after you. Even though you haven't made any money off of what you're doing, I'm still coming after you. So it's just unfortunate that he's one of the few people that's just extremely selfish. Because again, you think about it, we are the people that made him rich, the people that just buy his product and go to his concerts. So why are we not being treated like criminals? But anyway, getting back to just some of the things that I want to mention. There's some things that when you watch them, some people just don't catch. And here is one. When I watched the movie Purple Rain, it was a good movie. And what a lot of people and mainly women didn't catch was, and this is a part of his actual personal personality, because that movie is loosely based on his life. And what a lot of people don't realize is the movie had actually two endings. They actually filmed two endings. And the one that we seen was the one we seen. And the one that they actually didn't, show, but they did film it, was at the end, actually, his father, who had a very stormy relationship with Prince's mom, eventually took his life. He shot himself in the head. So they decided, that that might not be the route to go. And I agree that's not the route to go. But the relationship he had with Apollonia, think about this. There was a scene where, she was trying to get with him or he was trying to get with her. They was at some lake, Lake Penatonka, I think. And he told us some nonsense about there's a ritual that you got to go through for me to help you get a record deal. You got to take a skinny dip in this lake. So, being the stupid, naive woman she was, she took clothes off, jumped in the lake. What did Prince do? He grabbed her clothes, jumped on his motorcycle, and drove off and left her wet and naked. I didn't find that funny, but a lot of people thought it was, hilarious and entertaining. But it's like, that's not how you treat women, and I don't think that was funny. Then another scene where they were trying to still, develop this relationship. And, of course, he wasn't helping her, just stringing her along. And Morris said, I can help you and, get you going. And she agreed to it, and that was it. She wasn't trying to get with Morris, but, she agreed to it. And once she had bought Prince this guitar, that he kept lusting for at this shop, and she spent her money, which she didn't have any money, and bought this for his, I think, birthday gift. And then she told him, is it okay, to work with Morris? And what did he do? He stood up and slapped her in the face, knocked her down. It's like after that should have been the end of that relationship. And instead, she was still falling behind him like a little puppy. And it's like, it's a male chauvinistic thing when you really look at that movie to say, this is a guy that treated this woman like shit. And so why is he a hero, And even in the movie, he had struggles with his band where he didn't want to give them any type of creative outlet within the band. And that's just actually a part of his personality. That was a movie, but a lot of that movie was based on factual behavior. And a lot of people miss that, because I'm like, most intelligent women should have said, after seeing that movie, walked out and said, you know what, I'm not buying any more records from this guy, because this is how he looks at women. Because here's another interesting fact, and these are facts. I'm not making this up, that the group that he put together with Vanity and the other two women, originally Prince wanted to name them Vagina. That was the name of the band. He wanted to name the Vagina. How chauvinistic and exploiting is that? He already got these women parading around in camisoles or lingerie on stage like hookers. That wasn't enough. But now he wants to take it here where he wants to even give them a very degrading name. So again, when you start to really look at these things and not just blow them off, they need to be taken a look at, because again, that whole thing with the Time, the Time are a bunch of group of nice guys. I've met most of those guys, real down to earth guys. Matter of fact, a little known fact or a trivia question or a tidbit of information is, my screen name, Morrisman, people ask me, where'd you get that name from? Morris Day, because I met Morris, and Morris is a real cool guy, and I was a big fan back in the 80s. So that's where, partially my name came from. It's a tribute to Morris Day. And these guys grew up with Prince. They were teenagers. They were all trying to, make their mark on the music world. And I'm not making this up, because there's a documentary that the Time has made, because now I think they call the Original Six. And you know why they're called the Original Six? Because Prince pulled the rug from up under them where they can't even use that name anymore. Prince is already a multi-millionaire over, but yet these other guys are still trying to, stay comfortable as far as financially. And instead of trying to help these guys, he has handed them and hurted them by now not allowing them to use their name, because it's a documentary, and you need to watch it. I forgot the name of it, but you can go on YouTube and type in the Original Seven, and it talks about, and this is from these guys' mouths, Morris Day, Jesse Johnson, and the rest of them. how Prince treated them. You know, when they were on tour, he would literally stand off stage, you know, when they're performing, throwing eggs on the stage at them like a little kid. Uh, the times I've seen Prince and the Time together, the Time whooped butt. You know, they came out and played. Matter of fact, they not only played their set, they played behind Vanity 6, behind a screen. So these guys were working twice as much and still not getting paid for twice the pay. And uh, Jam and Lewis were riding off to the side because, you know, they weren't making the kind of money Prince was making, and they were pretty good writers. And Prince fired them because they were late for rehearsal because of a snowstorm. You know, that's just kind of the tyrant he is, that he wants to always have control over everybody. It's like, why can't these guys make money like you? And it was an ego thing because a lot of times when they would perform with Prince, the write-up the next day in the paper was, the Time did a great job. And he would read this, and then the next day he wouldn't even let them perform, you know, because of ego. You know, so these are things that are factual. It's not, you know, made up. You can't always believe the imagery of what they put out on the artist as far as this is how they are, when actually this is how they are. And again, it's unfortunate that you got people that are just extremely ego tripping and won't allow other people to grow and literally go on a campaign to suppress their talents and their abilities. And that's exactly what he did. You know, so, but I'm not going to make this a very long video, but I just want to state these facts about, you know, this particular artist. You know, I stopped supporting Prince a long time ago because, and I'm going to say this quickly, Purple Rain was a smash. And that's because the writers were writers, the actors act, the performers perform. That's why it worked, like in the golden era of movies where great directors directed, great actors act, you know, great writers wrote. But now you got people that are ego tripping because they got this inflated success, and now they want to do everything. I want to write it, I want to direct it, I want to star in it. Because the following movie, which was Under the Cherry Moon, was awful. And if you think that was bad, the Graffiti Bridge was even worse. These were just two vanity projects by Prince because at that point he was able to do whatever he wanted to do. And directing and making movies is not his forte, you know, but, you know, since you got that money and that fame, you can do whatever you want. But, you know, again, this is to educate. It's not to be negative. It's not to bash. It's just stating fact. So until next time, take care and thanks for watching.